Hello and welcome. It's a blue and white basketball day tonight for all our sports fans. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Diego Dario. On this show, we hear from the Ateneo women's basketball team as they get ready to take flight in the UAAP Season 88. Plus, a special Ateneo alumni who recently made his PBA dream come true. And this is Starting Lineup.
JD! Puts it on top and hits a nice attacker three.
Welcome to the show. Our first set of guests were part of the UAAP Season 87's Final Four and had two players selected in the mythical five of women's basketball. And here to talk about that feat and, of course, the lead-up to Season 88 from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, Kai Oani, Sandra Villacruz, and Coach L.A. Mumar is with us here in the studio. Coach,
Blue Eagles.
Welcome back, the Blue
Thanks
Eagles.
for having us.
Of course. Thank you, Coach.
Coach, before we talk about, just a few more sleeps, we get to kick off the season already, just like that, Diego. Before we talk about that, I just want to go back, Season 87, now that you've removed yourself from the experience, you've had a year to kind of think about it. I want to go back to your post-game press conference where, some of the realizations of that overtime game.
Parang mabigat ka agad, Boom,
I just wanna, specifically, you were saying, you got rattled. You think at least the team got rattled. So tell me, what are the takeaways now? Are they different from your takeaways when the experience was fresh, and then after a year?
Oh yeah, I think that's part of basketball, part of maturity and growth for our girls. A heartbreaking loss in overtime. I felt that we kind of got loose in the end. Tight in the end. And we hope that in this coming season, our girls have matured and will be ready for the upcoming season.
And that was in the step ladder, of course, trying to move on to the next round. But Kai, you've done your first season already here in the UAAP. In terms of your expectations and how it went for you as a rookie, how was that whole experience for you first? Before we talk about even what you want to improve on and all that in your game.
I think a lot was thrown at me my rookie year. I was the starting point guard, and I was still adjusting to a lot of things. Moving to a different country, and then having to learn a new system and learning the culture of Philippine basketball. So it was definitely a roller coaster, but I think I had a great support system around me, and I was able to push through.
Would you consider it a successful season individually for you?
I think so. A lot of growth. So definitely still a lot more to grow. So
Tip of the iceberg, as they say. Yeah.
For you, Sandra, as Coach Ale mentioned before, that you're the only player in this team that was part of the team even before the pandemic. So you're already a vet.
That's not
That's insane.
She doesn't look any different from her first year.
I'd say a vet, but also seasoned. You've had so much experience already, playing big games, playing against the bigger teams. But that last year, wherein you guys were already there competing, and then as one of the leaders of this team, what did you tell the team, and what do you want them to learn as the season is about to start?
I think right after the game, I didn't really say anything. I didn't have a lot of words. All I said was just I'm gonna play another year. So
So you decided right away. Right away.
Yeah, because I think there's a little thing that we do is in the last game that we sing our song, right? Our school song, and so the people who are graduating and are leaving go in front, and so I guess everyone was also looking hey,
Is she gonna be there?
Yeah. The coaching staff was
walking?
looking, what is Sandra doing?
Because I didn't give my answer yet before that game.
Right.
So I wanted to see how the season would go also, and what I'd feel, and I guess I kind of pushed myself in that situation, and obviously in such a heartbreaking loss, so what else would you want to do but to kind of step things up in the next year? And so I said, we have to do this differently the next year and hopefully get to a better spot. And so I guess I didn't really say a lot to the team. I feel I tried to be more. I tried to show, I guess, my passion, what I want to do for next year. So maybe in practice or what, maybe I I guess I yell a little bit more now, you know, just I guess because it's like my last year. And so if I think anyone is going to feel the pressure, it would be me because I want to win with a medal this year. So,
So let me clarify. We were undecided until that last game.
yeah, which is really not the best time to decide, I guess.
Right.
Because like your emotions are high and
Exactly.
everything.
I was going to ask
but-
that. So
Yeah, but I guess like I feel like I've made the right decision. So
You did.
yeah,
Right.
I guess
Especially as a competitor, too, you know, after a tough loss, like you want to get back right away.
Or
You
run
wanna
it back.
start
Run
the
it
next
back.
game right away.
Run
but, you
it
know,
back.
But then that run it back is going to take a year. But for you, coach, of course, looking forward right after
Intact,
that
an
game, right?
intact team, pretty much.
This
Yeah.
whole core. What was the plan in terms of before heading into the preseason, preparing for the next
Well,
one?
the plan is to recruit. If you're familiar with our team, we have a very, very shallow bench.
Correct. That was always like
that
the
is
criticism,
issue.
right? Yeah.
Parang we really use around 6-7 players. So we
Right.
wanted to make sure we got some depth there and a lot of outside shooting because of Casey and Sarah getting double, triple team.
Correct.
So Kai is a big part of that, and then we got some rookies. That was really the priority, to get some more talented players to surround Casey, Sarah, Sandra, and Kai, and make sure that we have a more a versatile team moving forward.
Was it just the shooting that you wanted to address, and depth, obviously, versatility? From a technical side, was there anything else that you wanted to?
We wanted a little bit of high IQ players, and I think we got them.
You're pretty happy with your haul, right?
Oh, I'm very happy with our 4 rookies. I think with them, then a mix of veterans, and then you mentioned earlier Kai.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a challenge getting a starting point guard who's super talented, but filling Jazz's
Well,
spot,
yeah, for sure.
and then. She just moved in and she had to finish high school, so she came in late, right? I mean, she came in late. You speak better Filipino now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You want a sample?
Shall we test it?
Pero all of those things considered, I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
We've been in the Final Four for the past 3 years.
3 seasons, correct.
So we want more, and obviously that's why Sandra came back, and Kai is ready for. We really want more.
Get greedy.
Yeah,
Get a little greedy. Yeah.
Well, Kai, you've been training with all these new players as well. What can you say? As a point guard, you kind of have to have that feel of like who these new players are, how they play. But what can you tell us about coach's new recruits for this
Give us
season?
an insight. Give us some inside information.
Not too much.
Yeah, not too much. Not from a scouting standpoint, but what are you seeing that you like?
It's a good group of girls for sure. They're really nice off the court, and on the court, that makes it a lot easier because we get along with them. So the chemistry came really easily with them. So that was never an issue. More just integrating them within the system. But they're doing a good job. They're taking our knowledge and everything that they can, and I think they're ready for this year.
Sandra, from your POV,
From the vets.
yes, from a
POV,
what is your assessment of the new players and the team and the cohesion that you're trying to establish?
I guess like the younger girls are getting a lot better now. I mean, like when I was 18 years old, I was not playing like that. I mean, it's really different. I guess like it's really a good set of girls. The 4 girls that we have now, I think they're, what Kai said, they're really also nice people outside the court, which makes it so much easier to play with them inside the court. And they're very, I guess they're very humble to a point that, they really try to get as much as possible, like in trainings and everything. They also like reach out the seniors to us to like ask about the system and how things work, or like just because they have to get up to speed for the season. So I'm really happy with the 4 rookies.
Well, that's always a good sign when the young players are good and competitive. I mean, that's always a good sign for.
It's a good sign when coach is happy.
Especially
Yeah.
we'll talk about that, especially the season part and the preparations coming into the season. More with the Blue Eagles when we return. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Line. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. Still with us are the Ateneo Blue Eagles, Kai, Sandra, and Coach LA. Coach, let's talk about the preparations coming into the season. What did you guys prepare for? What did you guys focus on? And where did you guys go to prepare for the season?
Well, we really had, I think, a good off-season. As you mentioned, our core was here. We weren't waiting for them in high school, so they were already here, most of them. And then we were able to go to Taiwan, did some training camp, short training camp, and got a lot of pickup games. Picked up a lot from these very strong Taiwanese teams, and I think that really helped us expand their game and expose us to different things and strategies that we might actually be able to use this coming season.
When you say picked up a lot, what are we talking about here? That you
mean,
can talk about.
Yeah,
of course.
but it's just how they play defense and just a certain nuances with how they move their bigs, ganyan, from end to end. So some of the things that we picked up as a coaching staff, and I think just getting out, it was the first time in a while that our team went outside the country. I think it just exposed us a little bit more, and I think it helped the girls get a little bit more
Yeah, for sure.
And talking about different playing styles, Kai, I mean, coming from a different country and then now actually playing Philippine basketball, which is, you can only explain it once you actually experience it, right? And you've had 1 year of that. Now, knowing how Filipinos play basketball, what are the things that you wanted to improve on right away for the coming season?
For me personally, mainly adjusting to the speed and the physicality was the biggest thing. But I think I've gotten used to that. So within the team, I've been appointed a new role as I'm a bigger leader this year, coming off.
Captain. You should
Yeah.
be the captain. Why did you say it? You're one of the captains.
Yeah, so I'm a captain.
We will find out.
So being a captain this year, I have to be more vocal,
Right.
and also being the point guard. So just being more assertive, like we were just talking about,
Right.
and yeah, just really taking in that role.
Were you surprised?
A little bit, actually, yeah.
Eh?
The way-
Tell us about
way-
that. Yeah.
You were?
When you found out.
Sophomore captain.
I mean, the way I found out was kind of interesting. I don't know.
This is something you can tell
Sure,
us.
that's right.
Yeah.
Good.
I had reached out to Coach LA to have lunch with him, or breakfast with
Yeah.
him. And then the next practice, he was like, I've been waiting for Kai to reach out to me to talk about the team. So
Yeah.
then he was like, that was the turning point for her to be captain.
The background basically, boom, is
Please. Yeah.
I've always initiated meetings with Kai.
Correct.
But we always wanted her to be one of the captains, even at a young age, because she shows maturity. So I was just like, always, Kai, let's meet. Kai, let's meet. And for the first time, siya nagyaya mag-breakfast. So nung nagyaya siya, when we met,
This was not a money issue. I'm kidding. Sandra, what about you? All right, let's talk about that bond. Since Coach was talking about that's the first time in a long time that you guys have, and since you've been with the team already for a while, tell me what have you developed in terms of the interpersonal relationships in the team during the trips?
I think it was really helpful for us because, I mean, when the rookies came in also, it wasn't that long until we went to Taiwan. So it was really a time to really bond with everyone. And I mean, from being a pretty old person in the team,
don't say
a senior in the team, I mean, like the age gap is also really different. And so like doing things together, like traveling abroad or just waking up early in the morning to train or to have breakfast together or to do our laundry, it helps us a lot inside the team getting to know each other. And so I guess like the Taiwan trip was like really helpful. In the technical side, and also like
Doing non-basketball.
yeah,
stuff,
even
right?
doing non-basketball things. Like I've found out like some of our rookies are really funny or like they talk a lot more outside the court and things like that. So it's really good for us.
And personally, I think that translates, how you guys are, the relationship off the court and on the court. But coach, as, a coach, how important is that, having that relationship outside the court, getting to know them better? Because, a lot of the coaches can talk about X's and O's 24 hours, coach, but the personal relationships with the players, what's your philosophy when it comes to this?
Especially in college, no?
Yeah.
It's very different.
Especially in college. And you played, Diego, so for us, I treat them like my daughters. I have 3 boys. I don't have daughters. So, my wife,
16
I have
daughters.
15, 16, and I really treat them as my daughters. Whether that's the MVP KC or our pinaka last girl on the bench, and they come come over, they eat sinigang at home. And it's really important for us that we have a relationship with them beyond basketball. I think that's what the program is about. Obviously, we want to win a championship, obviously, but we also want to do certain things and achieve certain goals outside the court. We want them to graduate, have great lives, we want them to be good citizens, etc. And I think having a good relationship with them, not only in the court but outside of it, will really be a parang building block towards getting them to have great futures.
I want to eat some sinigang too. I want to get invited to those sessions. Kai, the 3x3 experience. The last time you were here on the show, we celebrated that. We already talked about how great that was for the school, first time, all of that.
Yep.
Tell me, does that give any kind of confidence for you that translates to 5-on-5 too?
For sure. I mean, we were working really hard, and it showed in 3x3. And I think it's a little sneak peek into what 5x5 can be. So, it gave us a really big boost of confidence that we can really do something with this team, and that's only a little
Taste.
portion. Yeah.
Right.
So imagine getting everyone together as one.
And talking about getting everyone together as one, Sandra, I want to ask you, usually when you're in the last year of your UAP career, you kind of get not really sentimental,
Emotional.
but like a lot of these things get bigger and bigger. I mean, like these practices mean more to you. Talking to these rookies mean more to you, and this upcoming opening is gonna mean more to you because it's gonna be your last one. Your thoughts on that and what you want to achieve for this Ateneo team this coming season?
Maiyak yan.
Yeah.
Stay composed. I guess I just love that, I guess because we had a really tough heartbreak last year, I guess everyone's a little more hungrier. And I love that because since it's my last year, I know for a fact that I'm hungry. I have to be that because it's my last year, and I have no other way to play UAAP basketball at least. Yeah, so I'm happy that experience kind of made everyone have the same goal as me without me having to explain it that much. Yeah, but I mean, you're right. It's a bittersweet experience. I guess also coming into this, I knew it was going to be a little different because I knew that there was no more next year, and so you can't bow it anymore or anything. So it's really laying everything out in the court now in practices and really enjoying the little things. I used to not like 6 a.m., 5:45 a.m. trainings, but also right after this, I don't know if I'd be waking up that early anymore.
Right.
Definitely
You
not.
might look for it already.
I know.
I started looking for it.
So I guess it's just being grateful for the little things also. Even things that I don't completely enjoy, I just know that they're going to go away soon. So I have to see it as something good.
A nice composed answer from your senior.
Holding my
Composure is what you're looking for this year, and a great run on season 88. Well, as we always say here at the show, our biggest wish is for everyone to stay healthy, so that we can see the full potential of all of these teams, including yours. Thank you very much for coming over, Coach. Good luck this year. All right,
Thank you.
there you go. The Blue Eagles with us, getting ready for season 88. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. More when we come back. We're back here on Starting Lineup, and the PBA Draft was just done over the weekend, and one of our family members here on Starting Lineup was drafted. So we got to get him back on the show to congratulate him.
To the other chair.
Yes, here on the other chair. Sean Q!
Yes,
Sean
sir.
Quitevis, congratulations.
Congratulations.
PBA draftee. Okay, before we talk about the draft, and before we talk about your budding PBA career, you just listened to some of the girls from your school talk about the last, the UAP, and then Sandra talking about her run as a. Tell me about, just to recap your UAP experience.
Yeah,
as
honestly,
a senior.
just to start off, I'm so proud of that team. The growth they've had, and it's kind of funny, hearing about that heartbreak loss and then coming back hungrier that season. It's kind of like a tone that we've heard before in season 84 and 85.
Right.
And I look forward to seeing them succeed this year.
And how would you encapsulate your UAP career?
I would say my UAP career was a lot about proving to myself that I am who I say I am. And
Which is?
someone that will fight till the end,
Okay.
regardless of the odds ahead of me.
Right, and we've had conversations before, you've done interviews before, and you've always been consistent with the type of person you want to be. Always being the hardest worker in the team, having that leadership mentality. Of all the things that you learned from the UAAP and your stint, your story, now coming into the pros, what are the things that you want to take from that experience and then bring towards your pro career?
Honestly, pretty much the same. Like it's literally the same. Like being in the situation where I am now, nothing is guaranteed.
Right.
And I'm fighting every day to have the outcome I want. But regardless of what happens, I'm just proud to be where I am today. I'm super grateful for the opportunity, and I'm grateful to put more work ahead of me.
I found out that you were joining the draft. We were here in the studio. It was one of our off-air conversations. You just arrived and we were talking. I said, "Hey, how are you?" And you said, "Yeah, I'm thinking about joining the draft, and I'm gonna do it." So tell me about that. The decision to join the draft.
It was really just to see my dreams all the way through, regardless of what happens. I think being a professional basketball player ever since I was a kid was a dream. I didn't know how I was gonna get there, but I knew I wanted to be that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're the type of guy who would ask a lot of people about this whole combine, the draft process, and you asked me a couple of questions wherein, what do I do in this certain situation? How was the draft combine first before having that experience in the PBA draft?
The draft combine is a nerve-wracking experience. You have 120 guys all competing for spots on a team, trying to show their skills. And it's a little hard to see where you fit in that.
Right.
But regardless of that, you just gotta be who you are. That's what they say in the draft when you ask for advice. Just be you.
Is there a way to prepare for something like that? For a combine? Just out of curiosity?
Definitely, it's all about working on your weaknesses. I think a lot of coaches want to see growth in your game because in the UAP, they know what you're about.
Right.
But you will have some holes moving on to the pros, and the coaches want to see if you've worked on that.
All right, here's a question. Is there a way to prepare for draft day?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
That chair is the most nerve-wracking experience of my life.
Tell me about the night before draft day.
The night before, oddly, I had all my family here, so that was the big nervous part about it. A lot of my family were here, but I was confident that I was gonna get called. I didn't know who, but I had a feeling.
Did you have any idea, at which point of the draft you were gonna get called, or it was totally every pick you were waiting if it's gonna be your name?
Exactly that. Every pick I thought, because you do pre-draft workouts with different PBA teams, and you think you do well in those workouts,
Right.
and then you see your name not get called, and then you're you're sweating a little bit in that suit, and that's the experience.
Well, Sean, you mentioned working on your weaknesses, and you and we have the same trainer. What are the things you worked on before entering the draft and before seeing these pro teams? Are we expecting a different kind of Sean Quitevis in the pro level?
Yeah, because I'm sure that contributed to your confidence, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think changing my shot was a big part of my off-season work, and it takes a lot of belief in the person that's training me. And credit to Better Basketball, they gave that belief to me, and regardless whether I make or miss, trust the process.
Okay, you've practiced already with TNT?
Formal practice starts tomorrow, but yes,
Okay.
we've done weights and skills.
Okay, tell us about the experience of being part of, what a team.
All right.
First and foremost, you're the first draft.
Technically
them,
the first
diba?
draft
Yeah,
pick for
technically.
TNT because first 2 rounds they didn't have any picks.
It's a loaded team. It's a championship team. Tell me your thoughts about that.
Honestly, joining them wasn't that big of an adjustment. I've seen these kuyas, I'd like to say, every day while I was in Ateneo. They would be in the morning, I'd be in the evening, but I would come in the morning to get extra work in, and I'd always see them. So I have so many guys to look up to. A lot of them are Bisaya, very close to home. Seamless for me.
Talking about being close to home, you're right there in Moro again. So, your Ateneo days right there. You're going to see the Ateneo team training there. But for you personally, your first conference is about to start. Your PBA career is about to start. What's your goal for this upcoming, season and conference for you?
My goal will always be to win a championship. That's the main reason I play basketball, is to win championships. And this team right here, like
Might be
this
the
is
right
a
team.
championship caliber team.
right.
And I'm not here with an ego trying to surpass anybody or, be somebody. I just want everyone to succeed. I'm here to make the 4 other guys on the floor be better.
Well, as you can see, Sean looks good in a suit. I'm sure he'll feel very comfortable in a TNT uniform. Congratulations to you. We're, from your starting lineup family, UAP family. We're very happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Congratulations
joining
again,
us, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
And thank you guys for joining us. I'm Diego Dore.
I'm Boom Gonzalez. This has been Starting Lineup.